fearless pioneer. Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, I've got some pretty cool stuff to show you, so we're not going to muck around too much, so let's get into it. First off, I just had to say, sorry, I had to postpone the giveaway just because things happen in life. But yeah, the giveaway for the 2300 gems will be happening on the 15th. As well, I'll still be doing the Season Pass giveaways, but as I have announced before, of course, Season 5 won't be starting to the end of June. So we'll have to wait until we get there. But anyway, and saying that, let's get in. Speaking of Season 5. So, there was a trailer released on YouTube a little while ago that some people kind of missed. I sort of watched it, but I didn't take too much notice of it. And then I had someone re-shout out to me and send me a message. And he's like, EJ, check this out. So, we went and checked it out. And a big shout out to Van Morty's. He's also working with Bilban, I believe. He helped me get a bit of information about this without an absolute doubt. So a big shout out to him. Yeah, let's go have a look and see what we're talking about. So we are talking about, as you probably would have seen in the thumbnail and the title of today's video, new commanders possibly coming Season 5. It makes sense. There's been a lot of images in that coming out lately. Which gives me a huge feeling that it's going to be in a different age, especially possibly on an ANGMAR timeline. If you would see by this photo that I'm showing you on the screen now that they just released, you will see there is a lot of ANGMAR kind of Witch King vibe to it, which is very interesting. As well, they released some information about images, as you can see, about the Cold Drake and werewolves. So very interesting there. But yeah, let's get into it. So, as you can see on the screen, we have some new commanders, and this ain't all of them, guys. There'll be a lot for the video, so let's check them out. So, this first commander is obviously going to be an evil commander here. Now, I don't quite know his name. There was a bit of a language barrier between me and Van Morty's, but he said in his language or something, it came out to be like CULPIT or something. But yeah, he looks like a very big looking evil kind of bear looking orc with like a deer skull and that on his head. Which definitely looks really cool. He looks really cool without an absolute doubt. So hopefully he'll be getting added to the evil side possibly for Season 5. The next person that we see next to him, guys, is Bard, which of course we all know from The Hobbit. You can see he's got the black arrow and stuff on his back there. So that's very interesting as well. So he could be a new commander as well. As well, guys, remember it's said that we're going to meet new people in the new season. So we could maybe just be meeting these people in the story as well. But hopefully these guys are going to be commanders. Now, the next person next to him, his name is Brand. And I didn't really know too much about him. But he is actually the grandson of Bard from a different age, and he is a king. So he could also be another awesome commander. So it'd be very interesting to see him in the game. Moving on, if we scroll across, you can see we have this nice lass over to the side here, whose name is IDRIL. And she could be possibly be a new commander or maybe a NPC in the game or something like that. So it'd be very interesting to see that, because there is not a whole lot of female commanders in the game yet. So it would be nice to see that. There's only a couple or so. So that would be very interesting to see. Moving on, guys, we now have this screenshot here of some models. Now, I've done my best to try figure out who's who and what's what here. So the first one looks like Grishnak, or at least some sort of orc of that kind. Of course, we know Grishnak's already in the game, but he definitely has this kind of face like him. So he just could be like a general orc, for example. The next person that we see next to him, guys, is BEORN. Of course, he's a BEORN, a skin changer. I've always wanted to see him in a game, which would be like a good aspect. He could work really good with the BEORNs, the special troop and stuff, so I think that'd be really cool. The next one, I don't know, I tried to wrap my head around it. I knew I seen him somewhere, and I definitely remember seeing him in the movie Lord of the Rings, because I remember his big goblin eyes. I don't have a name for him, but maybe it could be some sort of goblin troops or something. But I swear I do remember him from somewhere when they're in Moria, but without a doubt. And then over to the side there, just sneakily on the side, we have a model of Bard there. You can see the black arrow to the back of him. Then moving on, guys, we can see some more models, including another big one, which makes me really excited to see. First, we've got Brand, King of Vale there. And then we have Isildur right next to him, guys, which is very interesting. Which my thoughts about possibly going back to the First Age or somewhere during the ANGMAR period. It's really good to see Isildur there. And then, of course, we have IDRIL right next to, again, in the modeling. But, yeah, very interesting so far, to say the least. Very interesting. Now, we might recognize this next Orc commander here. I couldn't find a name. If you know, please let me know in the comment section below. As well as let me know what you think. If you reckon these guys are definitely going to be commanders in the game. Or they could just be NPCs or something for the new story. But, yeah. This is the Orc when Aragorn and the Undead and everything jump off the boat. Sometimes you see more of it in the extended edition of the Lord of the Rings movies. And they're there on the docks waiting. So yeah, I definitely remember her or him. I think it's a female Orc, but I could be wrong. It could be male as well. But I also think you see them at the same point when they flipping the heads in the Ministerial for the catapults as well. We just then have another model here of possibly BEORN or BEORN, however you want to pronounce it. And then we have a closer look at IDRIL here, which would be really cool to see. Like I said, I'd like to see more female commanders in the game. Then we have an up closer look at Isildur. Love the armor. I love the chainmail and everything. Looks so cool. Really like that, how it's looking there. And then we have Brand, a closer look at him. Looking really nice with his nice big feathers there and stuff like that. More of like an old school like Viking kind of look. I really do like that look. Last but not least, guys, as it's fully zooming in at the start next to CULPIT there, we have, it looks like a little bit of a hammer. So maybe they've cut off another commander there. It looks like it could be another evil commander. So that is very interesting as well. So yeah, guys, we're going to wrap up the video there. I wanted to let you guys know, show you the possible new commanders coming for Season 5. And yeah, but remember, just with those images I showed at the front, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be something to do with ANGMAR or something like that. Like I was talking before with the Battle for Middle-earth, the Rise of the Witch King, something along the lines of that or something. Or they could be possibly going back to the First Age. But it's going to be very interesting. But if you want to see any more information about that or possible map changes and stuff like that, there's plenty of videos on my channel. But yeah, guys, until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yous. Thousands of the EJU army, yeah, you guys are legends to me, so let's keep on.